All right, I know it's been a long night. I hope you've been drinking. It's going to sound better. I'm here because I was deemed the perfect victim. And I say that because I had the luxury, which is always weird to say, of being raped in a wealthy community with an underworked police department and an underutilized rape crisis center. Even my workman's comp kicked right in. That never happens. I got right into therapy. I had a very supportive family, supportive boyfriend. And as I travel the world, I realized that my experience is painfully rare. As a part of this global community, I realized very quickly whose pain and whose truth we believe. Whose pain and whose truth is tolerable and whose pain and whose truth is intolerable. Whose pain needs direct action right now. And who can wait another decade? So when I hear Padma talking about those single mothers from other countries who come here in search of a better life and safety and are re-victimized again, they're not deemed the perfect victims. You don't speak English? You had it coming. You came here for a better life? You're taking jobs. You have whatever horrible trauma is coming to you. Juliana's those kids that she's trying to empower to identify sexual violence as it's happening to them. So those young Me Too's don't become older Me Too's. But the kids, those aren't perfect victims. God, what wild imaginations they have. Don't be a child of color. We've cut all your programs. Those kids who I've worked with in the Honeyshine program that him and his wife Tracy do. These are marginalized children that society has decided to throw away. Made completely disposable. These girls are some of the most marginalized children you will ever meet. These are black and brown young girls who have been told and shown repeatedly their pain and their truth is very tolerable. So when I get up and I say over and over and over again, it's been 25 years this last July of my rape. I've been talking publicly about being a sexual assault survivor for 20 years. And for whatever reason, every time I talk about it, it's like, what? But Jordan, bring it on. What? You're married to D-Wade? What? And I have to keep reminding people that just because you might see someone a little polished or on a show or in a movie or in a magazine, yeah, me too. You cannot price your way out of sexual violence or sexual harassment or sexual assault. All of us who keep moving further and further away from urban centers because we think we're getting safer. I was raped at work, coming from a two-parent household where both of my parents were college educated. I was the right kind of black person. And by that I mean I laughed at racist jokes. I didn't call people out on their shit. I was the non-threatening kind of black. You know, the cool one. So when I was raped, I was believed. But my dad fell into this very bizarre, dark hole because my dad had bought into the American dream. My dad's from the projects. And the horrors that he saw from the projects, he wasn't supposed to see in the suburbs. He had moved so far away from the urban center and he moved into a planned community, had greenbelts for Christ's sakes. He sent his daughters to the right kind of schools. I was the point guard. I dated the right kind of boys. We were active in our Catholic church. He married the right kind of woman. We went to the right kind of schools and had the right kind of friends, and I was still raped. Assimilation was supposed to pay. It was supposed to keep us safe. Me shrinking and hiding my blackness, that was supposed to mean something. And his child was raped at gunpoint at her after-school job in the summer. My dad thought he was teaching me work ethic and not to be entitled. My dad didn't want me falling into the trappings of my very privileged friends. But what him and none of our parents realized is you can't outrun or outprice sexual violence. Sexual violence can happen to anyone, anywhere, at any time, and nobody had it coming. Nobody's asking for it. If you had some cocktails, you're not asking for it, no matter what you had on, which is crazy because I was at work wearing a tunic and leggings. I was raped at gunpoint, and a family female friend still asked what I had worn. And I was the perfect victim. Now imagine what happens to women and children, our brothers and sisters in the LGBTQ community. The first Weinstein victim in the late 70s. Let's redefine, especially those of us in the media, what it means to be a perfect victim. Everyone who has experienced trauma, something terrible, awful, the most brutal, horrendous crimes, is the perfect victim because it happened to you. Everyone's truth deserves to be believed. Everyone's pain should incite you to act. So, inspire a difference. Be the freaking difference. My godson is 9 years old. 2 weekends ago, he's in the middle of a soccer game, and his coach is, trying to tell them that they're not playing hard enough. And he's like, "You're playing like a bunch of girls." And my godson Jack said, "That's sexist." He shut him down. He was keep coming right off the knees. And he's like, "No, He's like, "Well, why didn't you just say to play harder?" And he's saying this in the moment. And parents are like, "Oh, here goes Jack." Jack's a kid that's like, "That's racist. That's homophobic." Like, he will call it out in the moment. But people think that Jack's a problem. And that's a problem. So how do you inspire the difference? You call it out as it happens. You don't wait for the perfect moment to call out isms. Or as I call it, the bullshit. Call a thing. Call it out as it happens. There's no nice way of calling out sexual harassment. There's no nice way of saying, "Hey, please don't sexually assault me." There's no nice way of saying we're all the perfect victims deserving of covers, deserving of clicks. My pain is just as valuable as the next woman's. I am no better or no worse. Call it out as you see it. Repeat this ad nauseum. Sexual violence, sexual harassment, sexual assault, child molestation, bullying, domestic violence can happen to anyone, anywhere, at any time. And nobody asked for it. Thank you. God bless. Good night.